Hi all, we are going to start this webinar of the 4th gvSIG festival. This is the second day, and the presentation that we are going to show now is Geopaparazzi, state of the art of the digital field mapping application. It will be given by Silvia Franceschi from Hydrologist company. So Silvia, whenever you want.
Okay. Thank you, Mario, for this introduction, and thank you to all the participants. Just let me share my desktop, and then we can start. Okay. I hope you can see all my my presentation.
Yes, the presentation
can you
is
see?
Now.
Okay,
you
perfect.
have to maximize. Yes.
Perfect. So I can go on now with the presentation. This presentation will be about the state of the art of the Jobpath application for digital field mapping, but also of the related applications and tools that are around Geopaparazzi. Let me first introduce myself. I am Silvia Franceschi, but I'm a co-founder of Hydrologist, which is a very small Italian engineering company placed in the northern of Italy. I am an OSGeo charter member. Basically, I am an environmental engineer specialized in hydrology, hydraulic, geomorphology, and forestry. And sometimes now develop scientific models contained in the Hot Machine library in the fields of hydrology, hydraulics, and forestry. So as you can understand, In Hydrologist, which is our company, we are engineers. We do engineering stuff, but we also are developers of environmental models and so on. And sometimes we have to try to do surveys. So we try to make us the faster possible and make these field surveys very practical and helpful. And we tried different solution for the mobile applications and for the mobile hardware. The first one was the rugged Panasonic Explore tablet. Then we tried the ultralight Asus on the Drava River, the Trimble Juno, for example, but none of them was right for us. And finally, the Android came, and it made it possible to easily survey in practically any conditions. And when I say, I mean any condition. So from that point, we started to develop our own application for digital field mapping, which is called Geopaparazzi. So what is Geopaparazzi? Geopaparazzi basically is an engineering survey tool, engineering and geologic survey tools, but it can be used also for other activities, in general field activities like sport, tourism, emergency management, and so on. It is something that you have always at an end, where you can collect georeference pictures, notes, and GPS log. And it is very easy, and it is very simple, easy, and intuitive to use. The base functionalities are the possibility to take notes. Notes can be simple notes based on text, pictures, or sketches, or complex notes based on forms. We will see the forms later in the presentation. It is also possible to register the GPS log, and then there is the map view. In the map view, you can have rasters and vectors as base map, and then you can also have vector overlays and the possibility to edit vectors if they are in a specialized database. Note that all the data collected, note, images, and GPS log are saved in a single file in the device, which is called as the name of the Geopaparazzi project. The supported base maps for the map view are Mapzone map files, MB tiles databases, services TMS online and offline, WMS, and raster 2 databases. The overlay layers can be only in specialized databases. Then you can load the database and select the layers you want to visualize. You can style them, insert some labels, and recently we also introduced the support for unique values thematic styling based on SLD style for all the different feature types. Geopaparazzi also supports some simple import and export directly from the device. For example, the complex notes can be exported to PDF, a complex note with all the fields and the pictures or sketches or so on can be exported as a report in PDF. Related to this is all about Geopaparazzi application. If you want to know something more about the application, you can visit the webpage of the application, geopaparazzi.eu. Related to Geopaparazzi, there are a lot of applications. For example, we developed the Horton Machine Suite, that it is a project which supplies the necessary tool to work with Geopaparazzi. We will see some of these tools in the next presentation about the Horton Machine package. In this presentation, we will see that you have just to know that in the Horton Machine, we have tools to create the map background as MB tiles and style them, create the forms to use in the field, create a specialized database with the SLD styles for each layer, export the data contained in the project in a Geopaparazzi project as shapefiles, and browse the Geopaparazzi project files. There are other contributions to interact with Geopaparazzi, both from gvSIG and QGIS. They have plugins that you can install to work with Geopaparazzi. The gvSIG plugins in particular are available as add-ons in the Update Manager and in the GitHub release page of the project. And QGIS has also a plugin called IO Geopaparazzi. What it is possible to do in the Horton Machine and also in gvSIG, it is possible to convert the Geopaparazzi data, the field data, into GIS data, so create directly shapefiles with, okay, it is possible to convert and also the opposite. You can create the data for Geopaparazzi in the GIS and then convert them to a specialized with also SLD, and then create also an MB tile database. It is possible to export all the Geopaparazzi information as shapefiles, and for example, and all the information are saved in single different attributes, as a single different attributes, also for form-based nodes. As you can see here, you have an attribute for each of these properties that are in the forms. In the Horton Machine, there is also a form creator. It is very user-friendly and simple to use, and it is possible to create forms inside with a simplified tool. Then there is the possibility to just visualize the data contained in a project, visualize the picture, the GPS track, and the notes, or style a layer to load then in Geopaparazzi. For example, it's possible to style shapefiles, or it's possible to style MB tiles. So you, at the end, you have all the information to load in Geopaparazzi in the style you are used to see them without making it directly on the phone. Then in the Auto Machine, there is also the possibility to visualize spatial databases. For example, there is a simple database viewer in which you can check, for example, quickly check your MB tiles or the overlays file that you created with the other tools, so you have available from other person. Just a few notes for the developers. Geopaparazzi is developed in Java, and in the last years we worked a lot to make this application more pluggable. We still didn't finish this migration to the complete pluggable system, but it is now possible to brand Geopaparazzi easily and make your own application, or develop some plugin to add functionalities, for example, for import and export. All the documentation regarding the development of Geopaparazzi is available at their webpage, geopaparazzi.eu. This is a very simple example, but it is very few lines of codes in which you can transform your Geopaparazzi into, for example, gvSIG mobile or your own application. This is what we did for gvSIG mobile, but you can do it also for your application. Geopaparazzi is an open source project, so you can use it and personalize it. So, in the last years, Geopaparazzi has been had a very big development, and people started to use it in a very lot of different fields and different countries. And when we meet people that uses Geopaparazzi, the question is always the same. How do I synchronize my data? How can I work with a team instead of myself? So how can I synchronize the work of a team with a server? So there are different possibilities. In this year, we and also other outside hydrologists develop tools to develop server tools for Geopaparazzi. For example, we started with the Geopaparazzi profiles, which is a way to manage the data for users that are not very used to use GIS data, for example, to find base maps or create specialized data having to do with tags, a JSON file, or something like that. So a profile is a very easy way to group data and switch base maps between a project and another one. A profile is nothing more than a JSON file which defines the actual configuration of Geopaparazzi, of the data used in Geopaparazzi. And it is a great way to distribute the data to many Geopaparazzi users. Based on profiles, there are also the cloud profiles, which are delivered from a web server. You have to specify all the cloud settings in the import menu, and select and then you can import the cloud and select the profile you want to import, and it will automatically be downloaded. the reference servers of these online profiles is the cookie cutter Geopaparazzi, which is developed by GeoAnalytics as a free and open source license. It allows you to create profiles for download with a simple graphical interface. As the security issues, so handle security issues using HTTPS and TLS security. And there are some services with email confirmation, social media sign up, and the media storage is done through Amazon AWS. Another possibility for our web server is Mapzone. Mapzone is the web platform to gather data, create maps, and publish web services and share the data. It allows you to create free projects as long as the uploaded data are public. And this platform is very solid and advanced, for example, for styling or for processing. And it has a Geopaparazzi plugin to handle the data for Geopaparazzi. You can, in this case, you can use your built-in cloud project, import and export, and upload project and download the list of the online project. You can select the project you want to download. In Mapzone, the projects are split into layers, so then you can also style each layer as you prefer. And the last one is the Geopaparazzi survey server, which is the server that we developed for Geopaparazzi. It is a very simple web application that allows Geopaparazzi to synchronize their project data with a central server. It has a companion application, which is the Android application named Geopaparazzi Survey Server Sync. In fact, there is no support for direct connection from Geopaparazzi to this Geopaparazzi survey server. You need to download from the Google Play also the Geopaparazzi survey server sync, and then connect to the server for the synchronization with this application. This GSSS application can connect to a Geopaparazzi project on the device and perform incremental synchronization of the data to the server. So this means that the data will be, so only the new data will be synchronized with the server and not all the data every time. So it is useful to make a synchronization of a team of the data taken by a team, and it allows you to minimize the internet exchange of the data. And the server can be installed through Docker. The installation of the server can be done also on a user-based machine, on a laptop, a single laptop. There is all the documentation available on the website, and finally you can have your server on your laptop. The Geopaparazzi survey server has some very easy and simple pages. There is a dashboard with a map view and the list of the available processes to keep track of surveyors and data uploaded. Then for surveyors, it is possible to create web users and groups. There are two levels of users, admins and normal users. And then there is the possibility to configure surveyors, and new devices can connect to which means that you have to select the new devices that can connect to upload the data automatically. And this can be done through a dedicated page and the procedure in the Geopaparazzi survey server, and the identification of the device will be done through the unique ID of the device. Then the server features also a powerful form builder, which is a graphical form builder. You can create your form and directly publish the form to your team. And then there is a possibility to finally synchronize the data. You can synchronize all the data, you can synchronize everything, or you can choose to synchronize only nodes, only GPS log, or only media. And the synchronization is incremental. So the first time you see all the information, and the second time you try the connection for synchronization, you will see only the things that you didn't upload the first time. So basically, this is almost everything about a very general view of everything about Geopaparazzi application for digital field mapping. You can see more on the Geopaparazzi web server. If you need help, please join to our mailing list. If you are around and want to share some stories or contribute to our Facebook group, you are very welcome. And you are also welcome to translate Geopaparazzi in your language. We have Geopaparazzi translated in very in a lot of languages. So if you have if your language is not implemented yet, please ask us and add your translation. And you can choose some more news about the Geopaparazzi development on the JGrass Tech Tip blogspot of Andrea Antonello, which is the main developer of Geopaparazzi. So thank you for your attention. This is all for my side. If you have some questions, I'm really happy to reply. Thank you.
Thank you, Silvia. Very nice presentation, showing all the possibilities of Geopaparazzi. We're going to wait a few seconds for if there is any question at the chat.
Yep.
For the people that are at this moment of the presentation. So while we are waiting for it, I want to tell that at gvSIG Desktop there will be the next version of the gvSIG Desktop, gvSIG 2.5. There will be an interesting plugin for Geopaparazzi and gvSIG mobile users that allow. Yes, this plugin will allow to visualize the images that are associated to the Spatialite database, the vector format supported by Geopaparazzi and gvSIG Mobile. So there will be two options to load them, from the hyperlink to the vector, to the geometries, to the features. There will be also a form. So if you have a selected element, you will see all the parameters of the table, the information of the table, and the images of that element. And there will be another option that will allow to export all the images of this Spatialite database to a folder, a concrete folder in your disk, in your hard disk. So
okay, this operation of exporting only images in a separate folder is also available directly on the device in Geopaparazzi.
Yes, I remember. Yes, I remember that it's saved, but from the Spatialite database, now you can do it to another folder, and there's this third option. Yes, very interesting.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. When do you release the gvSIG 2.5?
I think in the next days we will release the second release candidate.
Okay.
The second one, yes. And then after that, I think in a few days or in a few weeks, I think it will be released, the final version. So in 1 month, probably.
Yeah.
Or
Okay.
it will depend on the bugs, on the errors, but it's quite stable at this moment. So
yeah, I tried the first release. There are some things
yes,
not really.
The second one there will be, yes, at the second one there will be probably a portable version too. So it will be very easy to work on it before the final version. So I think in the next days the second release candidate will be available.
Okay, perfect.
Yes. Okay, so I think there isn't any question now. It has been clear. So if for the people who will watch the video after now, so because it will be available at YouTube channel of gvSIG. So if people is interested or have any question about it, about the presentation, they can ask using the information that you have shown at the last slide, or they can write at the mailing list. So yes, so we can finish the presentation here. Thank you very much, Silvia.
Thank you, Mario, and thank you all the participants very much.
Thank you all, to all the participants. Thank you very much.
Okay, bye.